This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can pre-order Dominaria United right now by going to cardkingdom.com/needsahone or following the link in the description. Hello everybody, I am recording, not streaming a draft video. I had time to get one in. I also need to do some extra practice to get ready for the qualifier in a couple weekends. And my start to this format hasn't been great, so I thought, while I'm practicing the format, when I can, I'll just go ahead and record it. Sometimes I'm doing it on my phone, in which case it's not doable, but we'll record this one, see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. All right, so land with great art, but you don't really want to first pick pain lands. And as I've said numerous times, the dual lands in this format that are at common are actually better for limited for most decks in the format because of the whole dual land thing. So electrostatic infantry is strong. It's a great sort of build around, for the spell decks, especially blue-red. Balmor, same thing. I'm kind of leaning towards Balmor. It is two colors, but this kind of is too. There aren't that many other red decks it really works in. I mean, sometimes you end up with enough spells in like black-red or whatever, but it's basically a blue-red card. And I think it's just the best card in this pack. I mean, I like Tolarian Terror, Yavimaya Iconoclast as well, but I think Balmor is just better. Okay, so we could start with Balmor and then Wrath, which is kind of interesting. They're both very strong signposts. One is going to be splashed, and the other will be our base color, probably, if they're both open. And there's not anything that good in this pack. The Djinn of the Fountain, kind of clunky and disappointing. This uncommon is not very good, even if you're in a domain deck, just because it's so slow. Mediocre removal, decent ramp spell, decent flyer. But yeah, I think we just take another signpost. These two go really well together. Wrath wants you to go wide. This pumps your whole board. And so does Wrath, actually, but you know what I mean. Impede Momentum is actually kind of interesting if you end up in one of these decks. It's definitely overperformed and been a card that actually works in like a spell deck. Kind of leaning towards taking a Terror. We don't have any spells yet, but clearly we're leaning in that direction. So we're going to go ahead and take another spell payoff. Okay, so Rona's Vortex is great. If you can kick it, it's basically a removal spell. Otherwise, it's just a really efficient bounce spell. It's a cheap spell for both of these. Yeah, so I think we grab it here. You do have to splash black to ever kick it, but that's doable. You don't have to always have black available or it's complete dud. So, just having one or two dual lands for it is enough. So passing the 2-mana 1/2 Trampler kind of sucks, because that's what we took Balmor. So the next person, it's pretty close to the next best card in that pack, I think. So, yeah. Okay, so Haunting Figment's not a bad payoff for if we go this route. If we're going to be blue-white, Citizen's Arrest, unfortunately not a spell, but it is a very good removal spell. Runic Shot is a cheap spell that I think is pretty good. Only killing tap things has its problems, but I think overall it's pretty good. So it's like Impulse versus Runic Shot, kind of what we're looking at. I think I take Runic Shot in the end. Is it incredible? No, but it's a cheap spell, and, the cheaper our spells are, the happier all our spell payoffs are, basically, so. Okay, so we could take some spells here, but Twin Furno and Jaya's Farnado aren't great. I think we just take Frostfist Strider, great creature, good enter the battlefield ability. Yeah, combos with Runic Shot. That's not the real reason I'm taking it, but it is true that it does. All right, I think we'll take a Haunting Figment now, speaking of liking cheap spells. I do like Joint Exploration okay, but you only have so many slots for this kind of card, and if we're not consistently kicking it, it's certainly less impressive. And I like Impulse basically more for that sort of slot. Okay, so now we have the other spell deck, Signpost Uncommon, and we're not really sold on what our second color is still, I don't think. So I kind of think we take it. I think we take Vohar. We're probably not going to be 4-color spells. Blue, black, I guess it's, blue, black, red, white is probably not where we're going to be. But having each of these signposts lets us pivot, and most of our cards are blue already. So Works out pretty well, I think, actually. We'll probably end up playing 2 of them, but not all 3 of them. All right, I like Timely Interference. That's a point in the direction of blue-red, because we can kick it in blue-red. I also like Essence Scatter, but Interference is another really cheap spell. Cantrips. That's great with Balmore, for example. All right, here we'll take Soaring Drake. Negate is a sideboard card, and we're playing best of 1. There just aren't enough targets for it in this format. All right, we will take an Aquifer pretty happily here. Means we can try and splash Vohar or something. All right, we'll take a Pixie Illusionist. Not exactly the deck for it. All right, we get a free Impulse. I like it. We could just be like mostly mono blue and then splash every signpost. Just kidding. We don't really want to do that, but it is funny. Okay, so Electrostatic Infantry is another point in Balmore's direction. I think it is probably what we take here. I do love Keldon Strike Team in like a red-white aggro deck. You know, this rare doesn't really work in this format. Yeah, I think the Infantry and then Strike Team are just the best cards in this pack. Yeah, so we'll take an Infantry. Yeah, this deck is more of a control deck, so it feels like it's a little less what we're kind of interested in doing at this point. But, you know, still does spell things, so. All right, so I think we take a Lightning Strike now. So this isn't, like, completely terrible, but it's not especially good either. Like, you don't really... You get, like, a 1-for-1 that's kind of inefficient and awkward, and you know, so it's okay. You know, and I wouldn't hate a Geothermal Bog, but Lightning Strike is way better. I like the Geyser too, but again, Lightning Strike is just better. Okay, so... Duels, Turricanurid, who is, you know, a pretty good spell payoff, but the awkward cost of the card has been kind of a problem. And like I said, we're in a deck where Impede Momentum actually makes sense. But I also don't think we need to spend a high pick on it, because we'll get it. Could take Sacred Peaks. It does help us with our mana. It's kind of where I'm leaning. Yeah, another, you know, Joint Exploration's fine, but yeah, I think we'll take Sacred Peaks. See what happens there. So, here is a Coral Colony. We're not really the Defender deck. Firenado is a spell. Pretty mediocre one, but spell nonetheless. We'll take Talus Lookout, I think. It's just a nice flyer. So there's an Impulse. Captain's Call, you know, in like the Raft deck, Captain's Call gets interesting. Another Impulse. Hammerhand. I think the best card in this pack, by the way, is Linebreaker Baloth. That's not for us, though. Maybe we take the Mana Worker. Like, you only want, even in this deck, you only want so many cards that don't actually do something. And we kind of have those slots filled a little bit. I think I'm going to take the Mana Worker. Maybe I just want Impulse. No, I mean, the fixing is nice. It'll make our kicker easier to pay, and if we do end up playing some combination of signposts, that works. Okay, so we've got 3 things. 2 for sure that we're going to play, because blue's very open. We have 2 blue things we're definitely playing, and then 1 other cheap spell for Micromancer. So I think that means we grab Micromancer. The Geyser's nice too, but I think I'm interested in 2-for-1s. I also don't mind Shore Up, like if we end up in an aggressive version of this deck. It kind of feels like we are. Okay, so Tide Turner like ramps our mana for spells. Don't love that. I'm sort of leaning towards Twinferno. It gets interesting with Balmore and Infantry and stuff. And it's a spell. It's not one I love, but it is fine. Okay, well, Najal probably firmly puts us in blue-red and makes us question whether we even play a third color. I mean, we're going to splash black for, like, Rona's Vortex, but, yeah, we'll grab Najal. Don't love Academy Wall, but could be worse. There's that third path. We definitely take Tolarian Geyser now. So there's Turricanurid again, if we really want that. Joint Exploration, again, if we really want that. I'm leaning towards Turricanurid. Take a Negate. Take a Negate. So, blue-black does not seem like it's in the cards. Splashing white seems like it might be a good idea for Runic Shot, Wrath, and Turricanrid. And we do have one land that helps us there. Well, don't hate grabbing a random Tangled Islet with my last pick. Okay, so I think we take Ether Channeler. It's one of my favorite cards in the set. I've played with it once. I always love Mana War creatures, and I love bird tokens. So this card gives me an option between them, and one other option where I draw a card. Yeah, so we take the Channeler. Geysers are nice and all, but this is just a really good card. Keldon Flame Sage, huh? We have some pretty cheap spells. I think we take it. I do like Najal a fair bit, but it's more likely it wheels, like given how late we saw the other one, and the Flame Sage is just like a nice 3-drop that's going to give us some pretty real spell upside. We do only have 7 spells right now, and, that's an okay number. We probably want like 2 more, though. It's not like this pack is giving us a choice between spells we actually want, though. Wouldn't hate Haunting Figment coming back. Okay. So, I think we probably take Fires of Victory. It is a little strange of a card. It's really good removal early, gets worse late. It's bad top deck. But you can kick it late and get some value. Again, I wouldn't mind like Impede Momentum or Figment, but I think we definitely take Fires. Okay, so here I think we just take a Molten Tributary. Shore up our mana a little more. Kind of feels like we're not going to be splashing white. This isn't really a Shield Wall Sentinel, is it? Do we get glitched? I think we might have gotten glitched. Probably don't end up playing an Illusionist in this deck. So here's the other blue-black Signpost, which is pretty sweet. There's also another Runic Shot. There's also a Geothermal Bog, which further makes it easy for us to kick. Do we only have one card with a... Yeah, I guess it's only the Vortex, so we're not desperate for it. Maybe I just want another Figment. I do like Rona, but unfortunately she's double black, and that is completely out of the question. So yeah, I think we'll take Haunting Figment here. Ooh, nice Battlewing Mystic pickup here. Great 2-drop in terms of being aggressive, and then in the late game it even reloads your hand. Probably another Timely Interference. Random Fixing, please, would be good. Because right now... Yeah, I mean, the Mana Worker's a thing, but we're having to rely on that is not great. Do we just want to Fire NATO here? We don't have anything that kills really big creatures at this point. Well, Rona's Vortex kind of does. I think we probably grab a Fire NATO here. Another Geyser's nice. So we're getting lots of spells, and we have a decent number of spell payoffs. Doesn't feel to me like we're going to manage to splash white, though. That also means we don't really want the Mana Worker. Yeah, we got a second Najal. We'd probably take it. We do run all of these because of kicker costs. But yeah, I don't think we splash any of the white cards. I think this is not really Shield Wall Sentinel. We'll see when we go to deck building. Isn't that a fun glitch? Especially, like, I can't remember what card it actually is, which isn't so good. We did pick up another target for our Micromancer, so that's good. Could have had blue-black. We didn't actually see that many black cards, I don't feel like. It seems like blue-black was open, but not black so much. Deck looks pretty good. It's certainly less aggressive than ideal, I think. Kind of ended up in a middle area that blue-red doesn't love, I don't think. So let's just do this real quick, because I think, yeah, unable to submit deck. So what card even is that? Good old glitches. All right, so we just cut the things we know we don't want in our deck real quick. Sorry, Raph. Sorry, Vohar. Sorry, Mana Worker. Negates. Strike team. I mean, we might, yeah. Those are all things we might play in this pile. Not going to play the Islet because we have no green kicker costs. All right, so what card even was that? I don't even know. Was it Talus Lookout or something? Anyway, we do have a bunch of cheap spells for the Flame Sage to hit, which is pretty cool. Like, yeah. Oh, we don't want Smash to Dust. Is there any other bad cards that I missed? Probably not an Academy Wall situation. All right, I think that's all the bad things are out of the deck. Does Twinferno do enough stuff? How many spells do we have? We have 10. That's pretty good. So cutting one is definitely on the table. I mean, yeah, you know, there's a bunch of spells we can copy that are kind of exciting. And giving Double Strike to, you know, unblockable Haunting Figments or whatever is pretty good. It's also really good with Electrostatic Infantry and Balmor because they get buffed and they have Trample. But it may be sort of the weak link. It's narrow enough of a use, even though it's two narrow uses, that I kind of don't love it. So yeah, I think we do cut it. We do want all three of these duels, right? Yes. Wait. Do we have a reason to want white? Yes, our geysers. Okay. One more card. I mean, it's not like Soaring Drake is amazing. Is that where we go? Probably. It's probably our worst creature. In this deck, I mean, the Figment's not amazing, but I think in this deck it's pretty good. All right, so this looks like our deck. Like I said, maybe not as aggressive. Like, I like the ones where I play 16 lands and, like, stuff like that, but this is not that. We didn't get enough fixing for the other two signposts, which is kind of sad. But we picked up some good, you know, we were sort of pushed into blue-red by what was given to us. All right, pretty good. I mean, early Figment, you know. 2 early Figments. And a bunch of spells. And they didn't play anything. Because I have such a good 2-drop anyway for the situation, I think we hold on to the Mystic for potentially reloading our hand later, as long as we can. I mean, we may or may not be able to do that for very long, but for right now, I think it's what we do. Oh, I think the opponent's in trouble. I'd probably play Flame Sage here. Let's attack. I mean, if they, like, flash something in, we can actually use Timely Interference to make it not this unblockable. So, all right, we'll play Flame Sage here. Don't really plan on enlisting it, like, this turn, but well, now we don't have a choice to do it, so we're definitely not going to do it. Okay, so let's attack. We do have a few spells we could see, but some of them, it's May, so I could actually leave it in my deck if it is something that I can cast, but I don't feel like casting it. Okay. See you guys later. We do 2. Now I think we do just play out Mystic and Figment. Just get the aggro going. Yeah, our opponent probably kept a 2-lander and really needed to draw a 3rd. And we had a very fast start, so I was just complaining about the deck not being aggressive enough, and then we did that, so. It's kind of funny. Okay. Not a fast hand, but it's fine. Well, it just got faster. Decent chance Balmor eats a removal spell, but if Balmor survives, we'll be in pretty good shape. Do I lead with the Mystic instead, keeping that in mind? Because I could even... Yeah, I think we lead with Mystic here. Also, might draw out Essence Scatter. And, you know, it just attacks well anyway, so... Wow. Do we have another opponent who's stuck on 1? I mean, 2? Seems like we might. Okay, so we're going to attack. Then we'll play Balmor and pass. We can't do anything else anyway. That is rough. Back to back. Not for us, but for our opponent, it's rough to have. Yeah, we've had back-to-back opponents have this happen. All right, so we're going to Impulse. We kind of need to find another island. Yeah. And we can also just grab a Lightning Strike, but we also have a Geyser already. I think the island is more of a necessity because of the Lookout and Najal. Yeah, so we'll grab an island. We could also cast Timely Interference now to hit them harder, and it's probably worth it. We'll attack them. They may have the kill a tap creature thing. Okay, maybe not. Ooh, awkwardly, I have to target my own creature. I can't just... It doesn't say up to. So I don't think that's quite worth it. We'd only end up doing 1 more damage. Which is okay, but... saving it for when I can target their thing would be better. Well... Magic Arena really wants me to turn my record around, I guess. Rona's Vortex. We did have good starts in both those games, but, you know, you know, we had really good starts and our opponents were stuck on 2, but it did feel more like the aggressive deck I was hoping this would be in both of those games. So. You know what card? The do 1 damage to each creature card that also lets you blow up a defender and, you know, those other options. That's pretty good against our deck. Let's hope they don't have Jaya. That's what I'm hoping. All right, very good hand. Have to decide what I want to lead with. So, I'm thinking Balmor. Just foot on the gas pedal. Okay. Okay. We don't really care about their blocker. It is kind of funny that this is sort of a nombo, like forcing a block just doesn't work. But that's okay. You don't even kick it that often. I mean, when you do kick it and can kill something, it feels great, but it is funny. It's like, if I only have flyers and Haunting Figment in play, it's a little bit awkward. All right, so we're going to Timely Interference their creature. Gets us the buff. Okay. I don't think we play another spell. I mean, we could if we wanted to, but I think just playing another Figment is pretty good. We're in really good shape, I think. You know, something that sweeps the board would be bad, but that's mostly rares. I guess there's the -2/-2 to the whole board thing. Oh yeah, so yeah, we just bounced that with our geyser. Swing for a bunch. Can't actually kill it with fires, so... That would be 8 damage. Like I said, the games have played out pretty aggressive. Maybe my curve's not quite as low as I normally like, but... Okay, so if I kick this, I can kill that, right? Yeah. We draw a card. Yeah. We just had the answer for everything, which is brutal. We've all been on the other side of it. Just like answer for everything, swing with everything. Yeah. That was nasty. Just keep getting Balmor on turn 2 every game. And our opponents to get... That opponent didn't get stuck on mana, at least. This is... Well, I guess Red-White is actually the deck I've had the most success with. This is the deck I've had the second most success with. So far, when I do grindy stuff... Of course, one of them was where I forced that Joda deck. You may have seen that draft video. That one kind of doesn't count because we were being silly. But still, you know, anytime I've done that, it hasn't... The record hasn't been good for me so far. Whereas Blue-Red and Red-White, I mean, I think I had one bad Blue-Red deck, actually. Like a 0-win one. But other than that, they've all been pretty good. Especially like on day 1 of the format when I was getting lots of... I got like 4 Rona's Vortices. Samuel H. Black. Is this Sam Black? Like the pro player? Ooh, no blue mana. I mean, I think we can keep it, but it is a bit sketchy. It's about time our mana looks questionable. I guess we do have 2 double blue cards in a hand with no blue mana. And then 2 other blue cards we can only cast. Yeah, it's probably a mulligan, actually. With the double blue issue. I mean, if the top card of my deck is an island, we probably end up okay, but... Okay, this hand's kind of the opposite. I think we send an island back. We do have all our mana, but nothing early. Well, we do have Lightning Strike and Geyser, at least to interact, but this is a game where I think we're going to feel... Well, okay, or we'll draw Hunting Figment. I was going to say, a game where it'll feel like we're in playing a control deck more. Figment may die here. No? Okay. Alright. So, let's attack. We just drew a couple of aggressive 2-drops into our hand that didn't look very aggressive. The tempo is real. Of course, the tempo of bouncing that doesn't exactly feel amazing. Ugh. I do hate that card. So it's kind of interesting here. I could bounce the Sentinel, which does mean they get to draw... They get to find another defender, but the tempo is actually legit because then that only produces 1 token, which is enough to stop my Battle Being Mystic, admittedly. But the other option is just that I play the Figment, wait to Lightning Strike this, like play the Figment here, attack for 2, Lightning Strike that, attack for 4, unblockable. That does seem pretty good. That's probably a little better. Alright, so... Getting double Figments in is always good, too. I may play another Defender first. Which would be annoying. Oh, there's the card that I said we're horrible against. Okay. Well, I think we're losing this one. I do think we're losing this one. So we probably lightning strike this, because the more defenders they play, the more 1/1s they get. So I'd rather them just have 1/1/1 that can... Oh, 2 1/1s that can attack me. But yeah, either way, I think we... Lightning strike, Wingmantle Chaplain. Do I just want to bounce a token? Could be worse, and it may allow us to play our Terror next turn. Yeah, we'll bounce a token. So we can play the Terror next turn. Because we're playing Najal. It's not like we're going to be able to double fire NATO anytime soon, though. Holy crap. Well, I think we're losing this one after some pretty nice sequences going our way. Green permanent puts a counter on everything. So that's fun. Feels like they must not have a green permanent, right? I mean, why else would you be thinking, like, just play... Okay. Yeah, just buff your whole board. They were probably trying to see if they could buff this, too. So, we're just going to take it all. I mean, we dead, pretty much. So, we could get Rona's Vortex, but that doesn't do enough to save us. I think we're just dead. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a number of little things we could try, but they all backfire. They all don't involve... I mean, I guess if I do this, I add to the board at least, but... I guess Rona's Vortex on the Defiler buys us one more turn, but that's only if they don't have a land. So, I guess that's what we do, though. Yeah, we'll try. We'll try it. So if they have a land, we're dead anyway. But that was the best play we could make, I think. And obviously the chances of them having a land are significant. If they don't, we're still pretty much dead. Because we take 5 this turn, we can, like, kill Tatyova, but it doesn't matter at that point. Yeah, we take 5 in the air, and I don't have the mana to, like, play my own fly or anything. Yeah, so they get a flyer anyway. That's, yeah, they looked for a land, basically, with their, spell. Alright. Well, we had very good luck in our first 3 games. I think I can live with, some more mediocre luck there. You go first. Okay. Probably just draw an early creature, right? Isn't that just how things go? Yeah. One thing to note, you know, I was saying this is practice or whatever for the qualifier. Day 1 is actually sealed, but, you know, sealed and draft are obviously not the exact same thing, but, you know, sealed's not available yet, for one thing. And for another thing, okay. So they're a blue-red aggro deck. We didn't get any of those, which is sad. But, yeah, playing draft does help you prepare for sealed, I think. So, I don't really want Najal, I don't think. I think Fires of Victory interests us. Removal and all that. You know, I may be wrong. Sealed might actually be available now that I think about it. I don't think I cast fires here, like on this thing. Oh, I do on that, though. For sure. Hopefully they don't have Suit Up to save it. They do not. That is good news. Okay, we can actually kick our Geyser. Let's play our Lookout. Glad we grabbed that removal off of Impulse. Given that I currently have no other creatures, I don't love the idea of blocking here. I mean, I do get to, you know, draw a card from my top 2. Which certainly matters. And they do have to use a spell of some kind to... Yeah, okay. I think we do block. I guess I could wait till I have Geyser mana up. Okay, well now they don't... They just lose... It's just a 1-for-1. Well, it's still kind of a 2-for-1. They use Furious Bellow. We use our Lookout. But they don't lose their creature is the point. I think waiting until I had Geyser mana up was definitely better. Oh, good. I probably should have gone that route. Or Timely Interference, for that matter. Yeah, that was dumb. Okay. Well, because of Suit Up and things like that, I think I may just Lightning Strike one of these now. I don't think I need to, though, to be honest. He says, before they cast Suit Up. Yeah, okay, we're gonna kill one of them now. And we will pass. Yavi Maya Coast. I was about to say, what would they be splashing? There's your answer. So I think we take 1, and then I think we bounce the Illusionist on our turn. There's Battlewing Mystic. Interesting. I could try to empty my hand out. That's kind of silly, though. I think we probably just Geyser the Illusionist. We could kick it. We might as well kick it. Life is nice. Okay, we do still have 1 Rona's Vortex in our deck. That is it, though. Probably want to play it as soon as possible as a result. I do love the Amplifier. That's something missing from our deck for sure. Yeah, so I think we play Micromancer here. Get our 1 Rona's Vortex before we draw it, so that we can draw it off of the effect. And then we'll also replay our Mystic. I feel like we're in kind of good shape here. Like, we can outlast these amplifiers and stuff. We can't kick this yet, unfortunately, but... Guess they're not going to attack us. Ooh, nice. Okay. So yeah, we play Frostfist Strider here. Tap the Illusionist. Attack with both of these. Finally, we're the beatdown. Okay. Well, I think we're probably bouncing that. They knew that we were going to do that, so they probably wanted to draw that out for one reason or another. Do I want to force a block here? Yeah, I kind of like the idea. Although, how much mana do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't also play Najal, so I guess we don't. We kind of forced a block anyway. Play Najal. So we can get double timely interference going pretty easily. Looks like they may kill Najal, though. Well, we can do double on our own, of course, but you know what I mean. Double it with Najal. That is not good. Guess they steal... could be worse, I guess. Definitely could be worse. But I don't love it. Obviously. We can force this to block so we can get it back. That's pretty good, actually. Nice. We can actually force 2 things to block here. Yeah, so I think we double kick a Najal's thing. Attack with both of these. If I drop its power to 3, they also can't kill it nearly as easily. What are they doing? Okay, attack with both of these. Then we're going to use timely interference. Then we get a second copy. I guess we want to get rid of the flyer even more than the 1/2, yeah. So make these both block. Get to draw 2 cards. And we still have another one for backup. Depending on what happens here. This means we get back our Micromancer, which is nice. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, they can avoid having to block. So I should have killed the amplifier. You do still have to block. Unfortunately for you. Ooh, so now we can get a real blowout. Probably. If they have their own spell, it's not going to work, but... Oh, we actually can never do 5. But we do save Najal, and that's probably worth it. Well, we need to do 6. We can do 5, of course. Well, that's a pretty good draw. Wish my mana was better for it, but... If we could just draw a spell here, we're kind of in business. Not a spell, but... I guess I attack with Najal here. They have to thin out their board significantly to kill it, or just trade the Monstrosity. And I think we're okay with both. I wonder if it's worth attacking with Frostfist Strider 2. It's lethal. They could set up a block on Najal. I guess they would double block Najal with these two and then kill this. So it's probably still just better to attack with Najal and then wait till we draw a spell. Which will happen, inevitably. I think I'm going to do it to bluff. Yeah. See if that makes them chump block or something instead. Okay, I like that. Okay, spell. We have cast a lot of you, I guess, but there's more in the deck. Plus, we're also very wide. Okay. Also not a spell. Shoot. So, they have 4 blockers for our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. I guess it's just worth swinging out. They have to fully block both of these. One way or another. Is it better to wait? We're at 20 and they're at 4. It's probably just better for us to wait. I mean, it would, like, drop them to 1, and then they have to block both of these. This definitely kills something. The problem is our smaller creatures all get owned. And I think that is enough of a problem that I pass. Well, we attack with Najal again, actually. It's another trade they have to make. Probably the Djinn? I don't know. We really need a spell. I mean, a spell would be completely bonkers because we'd also double it. But, yeah. I mean, just giving trample to our whole board is the real reason we want to. Let's do this again. Kind of worked out for us last time. I don't think they're gonna... Yeah, I was gonna say. This time I think we're probably losing Najal. Crap. They are going wide enough here that there are problems. Just draw another Najal. That's pretty good, I guess. Is it as good as a spell? Probably not, but, you know. Should have attacked with Frostfist Strider there. Forgot they didn't have, well, they do have Prowess, basically, which really wrecks us, so. Another not spell, but another spell payoff. So, I think we attack with Najal again here. And then play the Figment. I could attack with the Strider too, but if they can give this +1/+1, it's kind of disastrous. So I think Najal just rumbles here. Figment's actually great on this board, but yeah, I mean, we need spells. Would love a chump block. Hopefully that's all it is. They could easily have a trick, though. Okay. So they're gonna kill it with multiple bodies. That works for us, too. I think we let them keep Squee in play and kill the other two things. Because they can get Squee back from the graveyard anyway. Ooh, you don't see that every day. That means we only get to kill one thing. Hexcatcher. They are holding us at bay. The inability to draw a spell has been not so good. But as soon as we draw one, we win. I mean, pretty much. As long as they don't draw something really good. Well, now we really win if we draw a spell, because we have 4 unblockable damage. But we do have to draw it. There's their own Figment. How many spells are left in our deck? Oh. I think we probably draw a card, honestly. I don't think bouncing something or making a 1/1 bird makes enough of a difference. So we'll Ether Channel here. Okay, they've had enough. It was kind of awful that we were both flooding out. It makes the game excruciating. But we obviously had the winning situation, the better situation. We may have even had lethal there if I had taken the time to count it. With a bounce, I may have had lethal. Without a spell. So another winning record for a blue-red deck. Right, this looks like a pretty good hand. I mean, we don't have any early stuff, but this deck... I mean, we do have early interaction at least, but yeah. We do have to grab Timely Interference with Micromancer as soon as possible, because drawing the other one, it's always miserable if you don't get to actually draw a card. Okay, well, we did this again. Will Balmor manage to exist unchecked? Has every other time we've played it. Which has been surprising, because it does die to, like, everything. Okay. Well. Unfortunately, making that into a 1/3 doesn't make a whole lot of difference. So I don't think we bother with an attack here. I do think we block, especially because we have Vortex, so if they have a trick, we can bounce it. We could cast 2 spells, I guess. That could have been what we did, but the other spell bounces their creature, so it's not good. I mean, I would trample over for 3 is what would happen, so it's not an awesome situation. So if they attack, we certainly block. Kind of makes sense they don't, though. Okay. So I kind of think just playing the Lookout is actually, well, the Micromancer becoming a 4/4 Trampler is pretty real. Potentially. Of course, so is this becoming a 4/3 Trampler. We do make sure we grab another cheap spell. Yeah, let's play the Micromancer. I mean, we have 3 cheap spells, which can pump our board a ton, so... Now we no longer block if they attack us. And, even if they kill Balmor, the 3 cheap spells set up the terror pretty effectively. I think Balmor is probably dead. It looks that way, yeah. They do have to pay 5 to do it, so at least there's that. So that plan A is no longer, well, our plan, as that would imply. Okay, so I think we attack... I can't leave up blue, no matter what I cast. It's just a little annoying, but I still think we attack. And we'll play our Lookout. So yeah, we don't have blue up for any of these spells. Bounce a Lookout, swing for 4. Yeah, pretty nice tempo play. Do I need to play Frostfist Strider here? Kind of feels like I might. Yeah, I think we'll play the Strider and tap down the Flyer. We really need another island so we can play Lookout and leave up a spell, but okay. Well, the tempo continues. They hit us for 5 here. Probably have to stop attacking with my Micromancer, I guess. We do get to replay Frostfist Strider, which is nice. But yeah, I think we gotta start hanging back with Micromancer and realize we're not the beatdown. We got to make the game go long. Yeah, we haven't managed to cast any spells to get our terror going. I may Vortex theirs. Could also Vortex the Drake. It's not too bad. Yeah, maybe I do that. We need to get spells in our graveyard, frankly. Oh, I could... No, that doesn't do enough. I mean, Najal's not terrible because he trades. I just worry about interaction they could have. But, you know, I think we do just play Najal. This hand has turned into a very clunky one. Hard to... Yeah, one more blue mana, we would have been, like, casting spells and stuff, in addition to casting Striders and whatnot. Yeah, we definitely trade if that attacks us. Okay. Ooh. I don't like any of that. Okay. So, double spelling is a thing. And I could double Geyser. I have to attack with Najal to do it, obviously. But it might be worth doing. I draw 2 cards, obviously. And I think I would bounce a Drake and a Monstrosity. Yeah. We could gain life off of it if we only cast it once, which would be nice, I guess, but... So we return the Monstrosity with the first one. And we'll return Soaring Drake with the other one. If I can draw an island, I'd be pretty happy. Not an island. We still have another shot at it, though. And also not an island. It is a removal spell that works. Alright, they just take 5, which is scary. We have to discard something. Two things, actually. Man. Fire NATO is so clunky, but it does kill this, so don't think we discard it. This is clunky too, but it can block the flyers, so I don't think we discard it. It might be Timely Interference. We do get to decrease the cost. So Timely Interference plus Impulse is actually kind of good, because it makes it so we can play our Terror. And they also don't know as many things in our hand, for what that's worth. So yeah, if they attack us here, our blocking does have to get pretty ugly. There's a good chance they can just kill us. But I think double spelling there was our best option. I guess maybe using Rona's Vortex, so I bounce 2 things for 1 mana, and draw 0 cards, and then I still have up mana. Well, couldn't do anything else with my mana, really, anyway. So yeah, they can... They can kind of swing out, but... Yeah, I was going to say, they can... Alright. So, unfortunately, I mean, double blocking Tolarian Terror is what we really want to do, but we can't and survive, so we have to block like this. Yeah. Wait a second. We could block like this instead. If they have a spell, it does kill my creature, but we have to block this in case it does more damage anyway, so... Alright, so we drop to 3. We do still have Najal, so we could double Fires of Victory. We don't have the mana to pay the ward for Tolarian Terror. So maybe double Rona's Vortex is better. Or maybe I just don't attack. Maybe that's better. Yeah. Maybe I just play out... God, I still need one more mountain, or one more island so badly. So playing out Tolarian Terror here is okay. I think that's what we do, and then leave up Rona's Vortex / Timely Interference. Yeah. That is the plan. Without any spell doubling. Probably just go to 1 here. I guess I can double Fires of Victory, hit the flyer, and the Monstrosity, which is pretty good. Looks like they're about to do something. Okay, maybe not. Maybe they're just rummaging. Okay, so... we block here. And I think we have to take the 2. You have to see what happens. Interesting. I think we hit the Monstrosity with Timely Interference. The only problem is if they have their own bounce spell here, I get wrecked, but... I think this is pretty good if it works. We go to 1. Can they do 1 more damage to us? Not exactly. Oh my god. Okay. I can actually deal with all 3 of them. At least temporarily. 2, 4, 5. Maybe I can't actually. Yes, I can. Because I can bounce to... and bounce 1 and kill the other 2 with Fires of Victory. Yeah. Okay. Guess that's what we're gonna do. I wonder if I let them block first. Yeah, I don't think so, actually. Because this actually lets us get in for some significant damage unless they trade their terror. And then we leave up our Vortex. You know, if they took this... Could they have killed us on the backswing? Yes. I think they could have. But now they can't. Hopefully. I mean, we are at 1. Anything's possible. And I'm, you know, they're in red. I'm sure they have some way to ping us. Pretty epic game, one way or another. Did finally get more blue. Yep. So if they recast that, I think playing Fire NATO is our safest bet because the Lookout could get blown out of the way. And that's enough for us to just lose on the spot, so... Because our life is so low. So yeah, let's Fire NATO. Infantry's not very good here, and we have plenty of bodies, so... So I think I actually do attack them for 5 here. I could go for it with both, but again, all they would need is 1 removal spell. And then we're dead, so... Uh-oh. Well, now all they need is 1 removal spell, and then we're dead, so... Do they have it? No. But they can kill me with Lightning Strike. We knew it was going to happen. That was a good game. I wish I won in the end, but... Couldn't quite get there. Couldn't quite seal the deal. We almost managed to stabilize that thing, but... I mean, we kind of did. They just had to draw some reach. And they got it. That Essence Scatter was brutal. Didn't really matter in the end, because I had Lightning Strike, but it was still hurt. Okay, I do think this is a keep. I mean, we're definitely leaning on an aggressive start a bit. That's obnoxious. Kind of almost want to trade with it. Just because the scry 1, gain 1 can kind of add up. Makes it hard for us to race with all our 2/1 bodies. Because we can't block it for several turns. Okay. Do they rumble? No. Okay, I guess they're planning on Faith Bonder. So I think we play Battlewing Mystic so we can start swinging in the sky to race. Micromancer gives us a big body that will be useful. Yeah, it has a good attack. I mean, they even get to scry 1 and gain 1, of course. And I can't block it. I mean, I could double block, but it'd be a horrible plan. Alright, so we're going to go with Micromancer here. So what do we want more? Forcing this thing to block is pretty appealing. Because it'll be a 1-3 on their turn. On our turn. But bouncing is always good. This does replace itself. We do have a Fire Nado and a Frost Strider. So we do sort of have at least pseudo removal and expensive removal. Let's go with Interference. I think it causes enough problems. We'll attack in the sky for 2. Okay, that's bad. Probably just have to play Frostfist Strider and tap down the Faith Bonder for now. It's kind of where we are. Give us some breathing room. Attack with both of those. These little creatures do not, you know, pair very well against Enlist. That's why when they killed our only small one, it was like, uh-oh. I mean, only big one. So, I think we block. Like, their plan here, I guess, is to pay 5. But if we trade these two and they spend a bunch of mana, kind of okay with it. Yeah, kind of okay with it. A trick is less good, but... yeah, I can accept that, though. I can accept that. Okay, so... do I hit the Faith Bonder with the Geyser here? Attack for 4. Seems pretty good. The downside is the Herbalist can still attack us well. It may just be better to bounce the Herbalist because... yeah, it is. Because, this will only be a 1-3. It can still attack us, but not as well. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and bounce the Herbalist. Oh, hello, Balmor. That changes things a little bit. I could be really greedy and play the Figment first, and then next turn play this and buff everything. Or... play Fire Nado and buff everything. But I think just playing Balmor is pretty good. And I think we just do this for the value. Huh? Yeah. Attack them for 5. Can probably Fire Nado any big creature they play. Okay, or they'll just kill Balmor, which less ideal, but so I may just play the other Figment here. Yeah, I think we attack them for 2. Play the other Figment and leave up... well, not leave up. I can't cast it, but plan on using Fire Nado in the future. Okay. Well, I guess we fire NATO the Herbalist, because they can just crew this in response. They can't do that with the Herbalist. So, yeah. Cast Fire NATO on Herbalist. Another cheap spell gives us lethal next turn, so I think we leave it on top. I think they might have a kill spell, though. No? Apparently not. So they can crew this, which will keep me from being able to draw a card, which is a little annoying, but hopefully they just can't do anything about this. Okay. Alright, that's annoying. So they gain back 2 life, and they kill something here. I guess the Mystic. And they go down to 4, but we're still 1 spell short of killing. We're now 1 spell short of killing them instead of them being dead, though. So it's definitely good for them. Doesn't it come back tapped? Am I crazy? Yes, it does. So they must have something else. No, I don't think they realized it came back tapped. All right. You know, our first 2 games were sort of... our opponents got mana screwed and stuff. We've had to fight for some of the other wins. Opponent made a mistake there. I guess that's sort of the same category. If Gold Argosy let the thing that crewed it come back untapped, it would be so much better. So much better. But it's not. You know, if you have creatures with enter the battlefield abilities, it's plenty good, but yeah. Number 28. We're not up even close to Mythic yet. Okay, pretty good hand. I think we lead with Sacred Peaks so we can play a turn 2, one of our 2-drops on turn 2. And I think I'm going to lead with Balmor. Okay. Don't think we Lightning Strike. I think we just play Haunting Figment. Okay. I do have the mana to actually bottom something with the Vortex. Next turn, anyway. I'm trying to decide if I want to Vortex, like the Vivisector here, and attack them for 5. I mean, I probably do. And then I play the other Haunting Figment. I could also just Vortex the token, but I think the Vivisector is a better thing to Vortex. I could Vortex and Lightning Strike here for an even harder swing. But I think we just Vortex. Then play our other Haunting Figment. Attack them for 5 here. Is Balmor dead now? Yep. That is less than ideal. So... Okay, so let's play Micromancer here. We'll grab an Interference. We're gonna do it, you know, get in for 4 here. The clock is real, you know, so... Cast it. Attack them for 4. Drop them to 9. Lightning Strike plus Figments kind of gets close to being able to do lethal to them. Pretty likely they have a trick. I'm at 16. I think we take it. Okay. Does that just win us the game, basically? Yeah, pretty much. We're going to kick it because gaining the life seems worthwhile. So we bounce the Vivisector. Okay. Attack them for 7. And then finish them off with Lightning Strike. Nice. This deck, I guess, ended up being plenty aggressive. I mean, it's kind of nice that it has an element where it can win longer games. That has certainly been a factor in getting to 6 wins. All right, last game with this deck, one way or another, whichever way it goes. All right, works for me. We haven't really gotten to do much with the Flame Sage. I guess we played it in one of the games where our opponent was mana screwed, and just the fact that it was a 3-mana 2/3 was a problem for them, but yeah. We have been pretty lucky. Like, we've had these opening hands that have no 2-drops, and I don't know how many times we've then drawn a 2-drop. I mean, we do have a bunch of them, but not so many that it's like always gonna happen. Okay, so now I think we actually play the infantry, because if we can get the infantry going, it's even more absurd than Haunting Figment. So they kick that thing. So... I kind of like the idea of bouncing the Herbalist and attacking. They lose the counter. This becomes a 2/3. They can't block it. We draw a card. Yeah. I think that's fine. Okay. So, interesting. Trying to think if there's a way I can cast. There is. Yeah, okay. So, I think we attack. Yeah. We attack them, and then we can use... Is that too cute? Probably is. I was thinking I would attack them and use Lightning Strike their face and then use Interference, but it's better to just kill this thing, get a counter, and then play Haunting Figment. Okay, that's annoying. So I think we cast Timely Interference and force it to block here, so that means you kick this. Yeah. Wish my life was a little higher, but, you know, you can't have everything. So they have to block. Go to 14. Do I need to trade? I kind of think we do. Our life's low enough, and we can find a way to win. All right, so then we play Flame Sage, and I think we leave up everything else. Because if they have a trick here, we just blow them out, I mean. Yeah, so Lightning Strike. None of that. We can swing for up to 7. I think they're going to kill our Flame Sage. Okay, maybe not. All right, so let's Impulse. We only have one island and it's all blue cards. I think we just want another spell, probably. You know, I guess I should have just crewed this. I always say crewed. Should have just done this, because then maybe I cast a spell for free, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. So you can bounce whatever they play. Alright, we got to 7 wins with this. Second 7-win deck of the format. First was red-white, this one's blue-red. Kind of reflects how I've done in this format. Those have been my decks. Which is funny, because I'm not usually an aggro... I mean, you know, I play aggro decks when they're good in formats, and I draft them when they're open, but they're not usually the decks I'm the best with. But so far, I haven't really been able to make a defender deck or a domain deck work, and I've seen them work, so I know they can. They just haven't come together for me. Alright, so that'll do it for this draft video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.